Hi guys, welcome back. We have been discussing reduction formulae. Why should we do it? Where it comes from? We have done a lot of that. Now it is time to put it to the test. And I've got three types of examples that I'm going to give you, three sets rather. Here is going to be reduction that involves non-numerical values. The next video will be reduction that involves numerical values, to be specific now, special angles. The next one will be numerical values which are actually non-special angles, because those are basically the three types of questions that you can get, or a mix of those. So here we don't know what alpha is, what theta is, what x is, or what a is, but we got to simplify this to one single trig ratio. Okay, but I'll reduce it to that or simplify it to that. So let's do that. Because 90 minus theta, 90 reduction, we have to change to a cofunction. So this is going to be sine, okay, alpha, right? So that was alpha, not theta. Sine 180 minus alpha, this is a 180 reduction, so we do not change the ratio, so this remains sine. What is sine in 180 minus alpha quadrant? So in other words, in the second quadrant, what is sine? Is it positive or negative? It is positive, right? So we're just going to have sine alpha. Therefore, this thing is just 1, reduces to 1. Yes, that's how cool and easy the stuff is. Let's look at the second example. So 90 plus x. X is an angle, guys. So they will use these different letters. Don't let that confuse you. So it brings us in the second quadrant. Now, what is this? It's a 90 reduction. So we have to change to a cofunction. We change to a cos. Now, is sine positive or negative in the second quadrant? It is positive. So we are okay with that. That's fine. Now, what about sine 90 minus x? It's a 90 reduction. We must change to a cofunction. Is sine positive or negative in the first quadrant? It is positive. And so this also reduces to 1. Okay. Moving on, we now start to become a little bit fancy and all. We feature in negative angles now. Let us see. This is a 360 reduction. Okay. So that means I remain with sine theta. But what quadrant am I? I am in the fourth quadrant, okay? And what is sine there? Is it positive or negative? Is the ratio positive or negative there? It is negative. I am adding plus that plus there, because 90 plus theta, I'm in the second quadrant. So it's a 90 reduction. I have to change into a cofunction. So cos must now therefore change to what? Sine, right? And then so I am going to write sine theta here, but is cos positive or negative in this quadrant? It is negative. So I'm going to have a minus sine theta there. And this is all over this sine of a negative angle. Think about it. If theta is here, is sine positive or negative there? It is negative. Sine of a negative angle is negative. So if I tidy up, I'm going to have minus sine theta all over minus sine theta. Like terms there, you can just take that as x, that sine theta as x, and then so this should be minus 2 sine theta all over minus sine theta. You can see negative divided by negative is positive. Sine theta takes out sine theta. The answer is 2. Okay, as I said, at this step, I know some confusion now is starting to kick in. Just look at that thing as this thing. And remember, we don't want to kill cats, so I can't do this. No, guys, it's illegal. Okay, yes, don't want to kill animals. So look at it from that perspective, and then this thing will be minus 2x over minus x. So that's how we get a positive 2 at the end. Right, let's look at the last example that I've got for you here. Here we have cos 450 minus a. I have spoken about angles greater than what? 360. Now I said just take the difference. So what is 450 minus 360, guys? That is just 90. So we're just gonna have cos what? 90 minus a. That's it. We don't have to stress. We just find the difference, and that's what we're gonna put in there and move on. Okay. Or you could, in other words, just subtract 360. Okay. Maybe I should explain this also in this way, just for clarity. What is actually happening if you are that learner who wants to understand things procedurally, you are actually having 360 plus 90 minus 8. That's what you are having. Now, what you got to do first, you got to apply the 360 reduction, whereby the 90 minus theta is, the 90 minus a is just one angle theta, okay? So you got to apply first the 360 plus reduction is going to give you cos of this angle, which is why I have this thing here. Okay, that being said, what is sine 180 plus? 180 plus is in this quadrant here. And sine is actually what? Negative in that quadrant. So I'm going to have negative sine A. And I so wish and hope that you guys can see how I am applying brackets here, because they are very important. The reason I'm putting in brackets is so that I can see I have to multiply a negative and a negative there. This here again, guys, I will really give you a nice shortcut to this. When you have theta minus 180, okay, all that you gotta do is add 360. So you gotta say minus 180 plus 360. What are you gonna be left with? You're gonna be left with a plus 180. Okay, so what is happening here? We're actually having a negative angle. So what you can do, or you can just take negative 1, and then you're going to have 180. Then you're going to have minus a. You see that? So that's one thing that you can have there. And then you're going to have minus, because sine of a negative angle is minus sine of that angle. So minus sine 180 minus a. Okay, that's what you could have, which will give you minus sine a, because sine is positive in the second quadrant. Alternatively, if you use my trig, as I say, I've got some cool shortcuts that I will introduce you guys to. So I'm just going to add a 360 there, and I can now simplify, cos 90 minus a is actually what? Sine a. We have dealt with this previously. I'm going to have a plus sine a there. And then what is happening here, as I said, you're going to have sine a plus 180, okay? But this thing is the same as what? Minus sine A. Okay, so sine A takes out sine A. You are left with minus 2. That's it. I'll catch you later, guys, when I discuss the reduction that involves numerical. Here we are dealing with non-numerical. The one we're going to do next is the one that involves numerical. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are settling in. I'll catch you later.